everybody. We are live here from Jesolo, Italy at the 2017 City of Jesolo Trophy. I'm Rebecca Johnson with Flow Gymnastics. Really excited to have you here this morning for a great competition. We are here for the junior competition. It's going to be a ton of exciting gymnastics here this morning. We have teams from Canada, France, Italy, Russia, and the US. This competition is just an individual competition, so the gymnasts will be competing for individual all-around title. There won't be a team competition here today. For this first event, we're going to see Italy and France on vault, Italy 2 and Russia on bars, Italy Young and USA on beam, and Italy Speranze and Canada on floor. So Italy has a lot of gymnasts here today, of course. They are in their hometown, getting a lot of good experience in front of this big crowd. So they have 3 different teams, Italy 2, Italy Young, and Italy Speranze, or 4 teams, Italy 1, 2, Young, and Speranze. The format for the competition is going to be 4 gymnasts compete for each country, and then 3 will count. And for the stream format, we have a stream here with commentary and some highlights of some of the top athletes, but you can also follow a team, individual teams on the individual streams, vault, bars, beam, and floor. You can open those up, watch all the streams as well. As I mentioned, this competition will just be individual competition, so a lot of these gymnasts will be vying for the all-around title here. Last year, Jordan Childs of the USA won the title. Unfortunately, she is not competing here today, but Emma Malabuyo and Gabby Perea are here, and Emma came in second last year in the all-around, and Gabby was third. And Emma and Gabby, as well as Miley O'Keefe, who is also competing here for the U.S., were part of the winning team at the 2017 Gymnastics International just a few weeks ago. And Miley O'Keefe, in her international debut, won the all-around title, which was so fun to watch. She had an incredible competition. And then also competing for the USA is Adeline Kenlin. And she was just added to the national team at the last camp. And then she'll be making her international debut here today. And then over competing on a different event without her teammates is going to be Olivia Dunn, also in her international debut. And she was also just added to the national team after the last camp, so super exciting for her and Yene Paramis. As I said, lots of talent out here today. A lot of young gymnasts from Italy looking to get some experience on this big stage. You can see over on beam, really, really tiny gymnast. Italy 1 has the gymnasts in it that were at Gymnics, the juniors that were at Gymnics, and had a really strong performance there. They were really impressive, a lot of double twisting Yurchenkos on vault. They came in second as a team at International Gymnics. And then Italy 2 on bars has some nice girls in there. And then Italy Young are girls that are even younger. And then Italy Speranze is like the equivalent of the Hopes gymnasts that we have in the USA. So those girls would be looking to maybe get some of their first experience on a stage like this. And Olivia Dunn will be competing with those girls, the Italy Speranze. So she'll be rounding out that group. We're going to be seeing Anna Padarariu of Canada, which will be fun. She's top gymnast for Canada. Really burst onto the scene the last little bit, winning a lot of competitions, winning the Olympics Hope Cup last year. Just sweeping a lot of competitions, winning every event in the all-around, and she has a lot of great routines, a lot of difficulty. She's really clean, fun to watch, has a great personality as well. And then the Russian juniors have been looking awesome. They were in training yesterday. Varvara Zubova on beam is definitely one that you want to watch. She has such exciting combinations, things that you wouldn't imagine putting together. A front handspring, front tuck on beam. Very unique things. Gymnasts are just finishing their warm-up for the first rotation. And over on vault for Italy 1, Elisa Iorio. Double twisting Yurchenko. Just a little bit short and piked down the hips a little bit. But it's impressive for these juniors to be competing a double twisting Yurchenko. And she is going to compete 2 vaults. So the gymnasts that compete 2 vaults will be eligible for the vault event final. And for event finals, it's similar to most competitions. The top 8 gymnasts will qualify for the event finals, and then there is, of course, the 2 per country rule. Here goes Elisa Iorio on her second vault. Yurchenko full, nice execution there. She competed at Jesolo 2016 last year, and she took 15th in the all-around there. And her highest score came on vault. You can see she's a strong vaulter for Italy. She had a 13.45.
Yes, we need a report on Flowcast.
Passiamo sulla medaglia delle parallele. Italia 2, Benedetta Giammarulli. Trave, Bim, Italia Young, Giulia Coroneo.
Unfortunate fall there to start out for Benedetta Ciammarughi of Italy 2. She'll remount and finish up this set. Nice pack, just a tiny bit close in on the bar. Got a late turn on that stalder to full. Good to see her swing down under the bar. Finishes it up with a double pike. There's that toe on Tkachev. Very difficult skill, and she couldn't quite get it. Probably a lot of nerves here. First up, lots of people in the arena here. All eyes are on these girls. And moving over to vault, Alice D'Amato. Another Yurchenko double full. That one landed quite a bit shorter than Elisa Iorio's did. Really piked down there on the landing, so she'll get an execution deduction for that. Not quite enough block off the table. Went a little far out for the amount of height that she had. But she managed to stay on her feet, which was impressive. Take a big step forward is better than falling to your knees. She is also going to compete 2 vaults.
Secondo salto per Alice D'Amato. Corpo libero.
And we didn't see it on the stream there, but Alice D'Amato did a Yurchenko full for her second vault. Completed it very nicely. There's a replay of Alice D'Amato's vault. Yurchenko double full. Waiting over on beam. Italy Young. We're going to see Alessia Federici. Long wait here for a beam score.
Alessia Federici, Italia, Martina Basile, Italia.
And here goes Alessia Federici, competing for Italy Young. Nice opening combination. Nice 180-degree split on those leaps. Nice, difficult ring leap, ring jump. Anytime you take your eye off, it's hard. And another difficult dance element she did. Double full turn. Couldn't stay on that one. Score for Julia Cotroneo was a 13.05. Just the dismount here. Round off double full, just a hop back. That was a nice finish there. There was that double full turn, just got a little off. You have to be so perfect on that. No room for error. Nice finish. Alessia Federici.
Il cellulare quando li prendete è molto fastidioso e molto particolare alla taglia. Grazie. Al volteggio.
Coming up next on vault is Asia D'Amato, competing for Italy 1. And that was surely the best double twisting Yurchenko we've seen so far. Landed with her chest much higher up. Got a great block off the table, so your chest was up there on the landing and just a hop step back. Very nice work. You saw a difference in the power that she just had. It was a lot more poppy of a vault. We'll see what score she gets for that. And she's also going to compete 2 vaults. All these girls in group Italy 1 are competing 2 vaults. So they'll be looking to make it into the vault event finals, but of course only 2 gymnasts from Italy will be able to make it for the 2 per country rule. She scored a 14.2 for that first vault. Alice D'Amato had a 13.3. Our second vault there, front handspring, front half pike. A little bit close to the table. Her hands went onto the table a little close to the front, so she didn't get a ton of distance from the vault. But that is impressive that she has 2 different families of vaults. That's something that you definitely need once you get into the junior, or once you get into the senior level. You have to have a vault from 2 different families. You can't just do a Yurchenko double and a Yurchenko full. You actually have to have a different entry onto the table in order for that to count as 2 separate vaults to get into event finals in international competitions like the Olympics. And this is Simona Marinelli on beam, competing in Italy Young Group. A good save there. Gorgeous Y turn, got her leg all the way up by her ear. And tough fall there, difficult connection. She had a great routine going before that. I think just her dismount left here. Round off 2.5. There's that leap to side aerial. We're going back over to vault. That was Giorgia Villa for Italy 1. Yurchenko double full. Pretty low on that landing. Piked it down, didn't have quite enough rotation and height. Back over to beam. This is Camila Campagnaro. Very solid handspring layout step out. And another fall on a dance skill. Seems like these younger gymnasts are making a lot of their tough skills, their series, like acro elements like that, so solid on a back tuck, but sometimes those dance skills are more difficult in competition, get a little more nervous, especially these girls, like I mentioned, they haven't had a ton of experience on the big stage. So sometimes you can either overthink it or not think about it enough and focus on the little things. Here's her dismount round off double tuck. Very good difficulty. Just a step back. That was the highlight there, that dismount.
4 minuti di riscaldamento per il secondo semigruppo.
Georgia Vila had a 13.5 total on vault.
Secondo semigruppo vedere al volteggio Gold Francia. Alle parallele la Russia, tra gli Stati Uniti e la Repubblica Dominicana.
So now the second flight is going to warm up. We're going to see France on vault, Italy 2 on bars, USA on beam, and Italy Speranze on, or Canada on floor. For the US, we have the order: Adeline Kenlin, Gabby Perea, Miley O'Keefe, and then Emma Malabuyo. Adeline Kenlin will be in her international debut here, starting it out, leading off the team on beam. A really, really important spot. More for herself, of course, as they're competing for individual titles. She'll definitely want to have a strong competition. She's been looking great in training. They've been training since Tuesday here in Jesolo. All the U.S. athletes have been looking really strong, really consistent in training. And over on floor, we're going to get to see Anna Paduariu, and also Zoe Allaire Bougier has a beautiful floor routine, really, really expressive choreography. There's a replay there of Asia D'Amato's vault, handspring front pike half. There's Georgia Vila. Score for Olivia Dunn was a 13.4, 8.3 E-score, 5.2 difficulty. Great showing there for her international debut. There is that nice finish from Camila Campagnaro. Looks like the gymnast just finished warming up. Just one gymnast left to go on bars, warming up over there for Russia. First up, First up on vault for France will be Julia Forestier. Unfortunate scratch from Cheyenne Petit. We were watching her in warm-ups on floor. She did a full twisting double back and landed really short, and so she hurt her ankle. She looks to be hopefully okay. It didn't look like it was anything too serious, but she won't be able to compete here today. We'll let you know if we hear anything about that. So now France will just have 3 competitors. And warm-ups for this second half is officially complete. So starting it off on bars for Russia is going to be Varvara Zubova, and as I said, Adeline Kenlin on beam, and Canada's Jaden Gorsleen will be on floor.
France, Julia Forestier. Corpo libero, Canada, Jesolo.
And here goes Julia Forestier. Yurchenko full. Solid work there. Just a tiny little hop to the left. There's Varvara Zubova getting ready to go on bars. Such a tiny little gymnast, but she has so much power, so much talent. Varvara is still pretty young. She won't turn senior until 2018. She competed at the 2016 International Gymnics and helped Russia get second as a team. She took 10th all around. And where she really shines is beam. It's her best event. She's amazing to watch on that event. She looked good on bars though yesterday in training, so this should be a fun routine to watch as well. At 2016 European Championships for the junior division, she helped her team get first. And here she goes today. Let's see what she's got. Great opening handstand, toe on Tkachev. A little bit off on that pack, didn't get as much height as she did yesterday in training, but she's transitioning well back up to the high bar. She's got some great Stalder work in here. Just the dismount here. And a bit pikey on the first flip of that double A, but opened it up in that second flip with her flared hips and finished out that routine really strong. That was a great set there for Varvara Zubova. Here's that transition to the high bar. A little pike right there, and then she opens it up. Just a tiny step. That was a good finish. Impressive work there to start out on bars. And getting ready to go on floor, there you see Zoe Allaire-Bougier. And that was Celia Serber of France on vault. She went with the Yurchenko full, very clean. Score for Julia Forestier was a 13.7. 4.6 D score, 9.1 execution. Zoe Allaire-Bougier of Canada just competed at the Gymnix Junior Cup. She didn't compete vault there, but she made it into the beam final and took second. Zoe was 5th all around at 2017 Elite Canada this year. She was 2nd on floor, so this is definitely a place where she shines. She has a lot of great turning elements like that. And other great dance work. Really nice 2.5. Nice form in the air. Her legs were nice and together. Now she'll show off her. There's a beautiful leap, so much extension. Now she'll show off her choreography with great expression. Finished it out with a nice double full. Great job there. She just draws you into her routine. That was Zoe Allaire-Bougier of Canada. There's that 2.5 twist. Almost stepped out of bounds, but she was able to stay in. Over on bars, 2nd up for Russia, Ksenia Klemenko. Good stretch on that Maloney half. Another nice stretch on that release move right to a pack. Was a little close in, but she was still able to kip out of it. Working through this routine really well for being a little bit off on some of her skills. Double front half out. Great dismount there. A lot of nice difficulty and combos in that routine. Ksenia Klemenko. There's that double front half out. Very impressive. Getting ready here on vault's going to be Caroline Hedouet of France. She'll be closing out France on vault. Score for Adeline Kenlin is a 14.15 on beam. It's a great job there from her. Caroline competed at France Top 12 this year. Her highest score was on vault. She had a 13.433. So she'll be one to watch right now. Yurchenko full, a little out of control on the landing. But overall it was a solid job. And here we're checking out Gabby Perea on beam. Always so beautiful on her wolf turn. Very, very well executed.
I think beam and floor might be a little hard for arch.
So difficult there. Standing tuck full makes it look so effortless. Gets so much height just from standing there. A great series. This is looking like a carbon copy of what she's done in training all week. She's been so consistent and beautiful. She just makes beam look so, so easy, especially these huge skills that they're doing at the elite level. Doesn't usually look this easy, but Gabby's a star on beam. Just a dismount, handspring, 2.5, and a smile. She's happy with that one. That was a great routine. Score for Zoe Allaire-Bougier came in on floor 12.9. Teammates are happy, coach is happy. She'll look to qualify into the event finals on beam for sure. She was first at the International Gymnastics on beam. Coming up next on bars for Russia is going to be Anastasia Agafonova. She competed at 2016 Russian Championships, took 4th all around there. Also was first in the team. Lovely Jaeger. So well executed. She has great lines. She's nailing those handstands. A little short on that one. Full twisting double back. Oh, little bounce. Her chest was just a little bit down, didn't quite find the landing, but that was a beautiful set from Anastasia. Score for Ksenia Klemenko was a 13.5. And Gabby Perea had a 14.65 on beam, top score so far. Ksenia Klemenko's D score is a 5.6, E score was a 7.9. Gabby Perea had a 6.1 difficulty, 8.55 execution. We're cutting over, gonna get to see Miley O'Keefe. Dismount, handspring, double pike. Teammate Gabby looks happy for her. USA looks to be putting up some great routines over on beam. Score update for Anna Paduariu of Canada. She had a 13.3 on floor, 4.8 D score, 8.5 execution. Here's that dismount again from Miley O'Keefe. Chest was a little bit low and a step back. And here's Valeria Saifulina of Russia getting ready to go on bars. She'll be last up for Russia. And last up for the USA, Emma Malabuyo. This is for sure one of her best events. She really shines on beam. She's so poised up there, so unfazed by everything. And similar to Gabby, and really all of these US juniors making everything look so easy, really difficult routines. And here goes Saifulina. So your legs came apart a bit on that pack salto. However, the judges don't see it from that end view, so they might not have seen that. A little bit of form, feet coming apart a couple times, but that was really nice Jaeger. She has a lot of stalders in this routine. And a full twisting double to close. And that was a hit routine there to finish it off for Russia. And here goes Emma Malabuyo. Just beautiful wolf turn. Does it like that every time. Triple. Great control. Here comes her triple series. Just a tiny balance check, but she saved it. She was one of the members of USA's team at Gymnics. Gorgeous Arabian. Tiny bit hesitant on a couple of her jumps. Just her dismount left here. Very nice job. Emma Malabuyo. Really strong work from USA on beam. It was a 14.5 for Miley O'Keefe. 5.9 difficulty, 8.6 execution. Score for Anastasia Agafonova, 13.5. And Valeria Saifulina had a 13.8 on bars, 5.6 D-score, 8.2 execution. Anastasia Agafonova, 13.45. D-score was a 5.3, E-score was 8.15. So Gabby Perea led the way there with her 14.65 on beam. Looks like she'll likely be a lock into that event finals with a score like that on beam. So now, gymnasts are gonna move to their second event. We're gonna see Italy 1 on bars as well as France. On beam, we're gonna see Italy 2 and Russia. On floor will be Italy Young and USA. And on vault will be Italy Speranza and Canada. And joining Italy Speranza, of course, is Olivia Dunn as well, competing on vault next. So these gymnasts are going to have a short touch warm-up, and then we'll be back in just a minute for competition here in the first half of rotation 2.
Ultimo minuto, last minute. Termine del riscaldamento, apriamo questa seconda rotazione con il volteggio. Italia Speranze, Serena Napolitano.
And that closed out the warm-up for the first half of rotation 2.
Al corpo libero.
Starting it out on the floor is going to be Simona Marinelli.
Simona Marinelli.
Score for Emma Malabuyo was a 14.1 there at the end of rotation 1 on beam. And 2.5 to open it up. Really nice leap combination there. She has great flexibility. You can see the extension, always hitting 180 in her leaps, and little kick, handstand, double pike, few steps out. So far, putting together a really nice routine here in the first spot. Really nice job there for Simona Marinelli.
Brava Italia 2, Benedetta Ciammaruti.
There's that 2.5. Moving over to bars. Beautiful combinations. This is Georgia Vila. Hit her feet on the low bar on that, and again, still working through it. Nice eagle giant work. Very nice full twist and double back. We're seeing Vendetta Chamarugi.
Volteggio, Italia Speranze Marta Moravito.
Looks like we're cutting over to Giulia Cotroneo of Italy Young.
Corpo libero, Italia Young, Giulia Cotroneo.
She's just waiting on a score for Simona Marinelli. And the score just came in, 12.45, 4.7 D score, 7.75 execution. And here goes Giulia Cotroneo. Throwback to Lori Hernandez's old routine there with that music. Gorgeous combination. Very nice routine going so far. Chest a tiny bit low on that closing double pike. Nice routine there for Giulia Cotroneo. Alice D'Amato on bars. And for an in-bar stalder, the inverted grip, couldn't make it over on that, opened up a little bit early. That eagle giant work. Just getting a little off on those pirouettes. Very, very difficult. Those eagle giants, especially pirouetting out of them. She normally, of course, does it very well, but having a little trouble today. Let's see if she can get this dismount. She has a double front. Unfortunate routine there for Alice D'Amato. And next up on bars, we're going to see her twin sister, Asia D'Amato. We're cutting over to vault. Yurchenko layout. Little hop step back. And Marta Morabito, or Veronica Mandriota. Score for Georgia Vila on bars was a 13.5, 5.4 difficulty, 8.1 execution.
Pronta in pedana al corpo libero per l'Italia Young, Alessia Federici, attendiamo che la giuria del corpo libero termini.
Simona Marinelli had a 12.45 on floor, 4.7 D score, 7.75 execution. Here's Martina Basili.
Corpo libero, Italia Young, Alessia Federici.
Martina competed at European Championships in 2016 and took third all around in the junior division. She was also at Jesolo last year and had a 13.8 on beam. That was her highest score. Very nice double pike dismount. She tested a little bit low, but nice routine. Before her was Vendetta Chamarugi, and she had a 12.5 for her beam set, 4.7 difficulty, 7.8 execution. Going over to floor. This is Alessia Federici. Stumbled out of that turn a little bit, but again, similar to her beam, she really gets her leg all the way up to her head / ear. Really nice to see that. These Italian juniors have some great flexibility they've been showing off on both beam and floor. Score for Alice D'Amato, 11.0. On bars, 4.6 D score, 6.4 execution. You see that really low execution score because of her falls. We're going to see Asia coming up next. We're going to head over to beam, see Sydney Saturnino. Sydney also competed at Jesolo 2016. Very nice triple series. Last year, she took 11th all around, and beam was her highest score. She had a 13.55. She was going to connect those jumps to that French aerial. You'll lose a little bit of difficulty missing that connection. Very nice full twisting back handspring. Solid routine there for Sydney Saturnino. Alessia Federici at a 12.65 on floor. Martina Basili, 12.2 on beam. Over on floor, this is Camilla Campagnaro for Italy Young. Really low on that full twisting double. Went out of bounds as well. Back handspring to 2.5, out of bounds on that one as well. Having a little trouble on the execution of these passes, but I will say I'm impressed. These gymnasts from Italy Young are young, obviously, and They're throwing some big skills, full twisting double, 2.5. And just to get out here in front of a big crowd on a big stage and get this experience is good for them. Olivia Dunn competed a Yurchenko full on vault. Didn't see it on the stream, but it looks like she had a 13.5. Heading over to Eliza Iorio. Just had a really nice combination release right into a pack. She does more high to low combos. Lots of release moves in this routine. She'll lose a little bit for that really short handstand, but she's got some endo work. Also having some difficulty on those inverted pirouettes. It was so fun to watch these juniors in Canada. They were just nailing everything, having a little bit of trouble today. Maybe a little bit more nervous in front of their home crowd. Good finish there for Eliza Iorio. Sydney Saturnino had a 12.95 on beam, 5.2 D score, 7.75 E score. And that concluded the first half here of rotation 2. In the second half, we're going to see France on bars, Russia on beam, USA on floor, and Canada on vault. Gymnasts are going to have, again, a little bit of a warm-up, and then we'll be back for competition.
Gli Stati Uniti al corpo libero e il Canada al volteggio. Ultimo minuto, last minute. Riprende la gara con il secondo subgruppo di questa seconda rotazione.
And that closed out the warm-up here in the second half of rotation 2. Going to have some exciting routines to watch in this second half. Here's Zoe Bougier of Canada, over-rotated that vault. And here goes Adeline Kenlin on floor for USA. Has a new floor routine. A lot of great dance work in here, and she's been showing it off really nicely in practice. And check out this big first pass. Front handspring double front with a half out. Hotkapayeva. Very difficult skill, and she executed that one really nicely. Adeline has just made an amazing comeback from 2016, where she actually fractured her hip at the end of the 2016 season. And she's was working to come back strong throughout the fall, and now it's just breaking onto the scene here in 2017. One of her main goals for 2017 was to make it on the junior U.S. national team, and she has already completed that, and it's only March, so it looks like there's big things coming for her. Awesome routine there for Adeline Kenlin. Great work. 11.5 for Zoe Bougier of Canada. Front handspring, front double full twist, punch front. Such a great routine there from Adeline Kenlin. And here goes Julia Forestier of France on bars. Nice Maloney to bail. Little short on some of her handstands, but she's showing some nice big skills here, several release moves late on that giant full. Not as difficult of a dismount with that double pike, but a nice controlled landing. Jaden Gorsleen will be competing next on vault for Canada. Here Yurchenko tuck. Very simple vault.
Stati Uniti,
Landed it on her feet. Score for Adeline Kenlin at 13.25. 5.1 difficulty, 8.1 execution. And here goes Gabby Perea. Gorgeous full in, just a little hop. Second on floor at Gymnics was actually tied in event finals with Miley O'Keefe. But the tie was broken by execution score. Love to see Gabby show off this routine this year. It's a new routine for her. She was working with her coach a lot in training on hitting those poses with sharp movements. Beautiful double pike to close. Lovely routine from Gabby Perea. Coming off a really strong competition at Gymnics. Here goes Celia Serber of France. Big straddle Jaeger. Got some great amplitude. She's a really quick worker on bars. See her flying around on those stalders. Really nice fight there at the end. Almost didn't make over that pirouette. Closed it out with a very difficult full twisting double layout. Nice work from Celia Serber. Julia Forestier had a 12.6 to start it out on bars for France. Over on vault, Jaden Gorslein had an 11.7. And Ksenia Klemenko of Russia had a 13.3 on beam to open it up for Russia. As you can see here, coming up next on vault is going to be Anna Paduariu of Canada. Really a little junior superstar for Canada. She didn't have the best competition at the Gymnics Junior Cup. She came in 10th all around, but she did qualify to the floor event finals and had a 13.5 to take bronze in that meet. And here she goes. Goes with the Yurchenko full. She's capable of more, but she played it safe. Went for the solid execution. And there's Caroline Heduit chalking up on bars. She'll be last for France. And third up on floor for USA is Miley O'Keefe. Her second international competition in just a few weeks. Took first all around at Gymnics. Absolutely gorgeous Arabian double front. That is ultimate control on that. Line landing. Knows exactly where she was. Step out of bounds on that 1.5 to 2.5. Score for Gabby Perea was a 13.3, 5.1 difficulty, 8.2 execution. Overall, really solid routine there for Miley O'Keefe, just that step out of bounds, but nice tumbling passes. Here's that Arabian double front, just incredible. Here's her 1.5 to 2.5. You can see just a little off to the side. She probably would have been fine if she would have been a little more centered. And here goes Carol-Ann Heduit. Very nice Maloney. Right up into Arikna. Good stretch there on that Jaeger. Some legs apart on that Maloney half, but she was able to catch the bar, closes it out. Double front, great routine. Very nice difficulty in that set. Closing it out on bars for France. Anna Padarariu had a 13.7 on vault, 5.0 difficulty, 8.7 execution. And Celia Serber had a 12.05 on bars, 4.5 difficulty, 7.55 execution. We'll see what Carol-Ann Heduit closed it out with. And just one left on floor, Emma Malabuyo, anchoring on both beam and floor for USA. Talked to her after gymnastics. She was talking about how she's more of a veteran now because she's been to, you know, she's been to Jesolo before, she's been to gymnastics before. This is her second year at both of these competitions, so she kind of knows the ropes, so she's able to help the younger girls a little bit. There's a new routine also for her. Love this choreography. As always, great choreography from Texas Dreams, Kim Zemeskel. Kim Zemeskel working with her a lot, making sure she shows off those poses and little dance elements similar to Gabby and all the other coaches as well, of course. These juniors have really been showing off their routines well in training and today in this competition. Nailed that pass. Awesome routine from Emma Malabuyo. Just saw Kim Zemeskal throw her arms up, give a big clap in the air for Emma. She's so happy. It was a really controlled set. I think that was the best part of that routine, aside of course from her choreography and the dance, just nailing those landings. We're heading over to beam, checking out Varvara Zubova of Russia. She is a treat to watch on this event. Front handspring, front tuck, so difficult and so unique. She has so many skills in this routine. Oh, darn. Round off layout, very difficult series. Just has series after series. Wasn't able to stay on with that. She was nailing it in training. Of course, competition is always a different story with the nerves. And yet another series, of course. That one, handspring layout, very well done. Coming back strong after the fall. Very nice Y turn. She tumbles down the beam on this dismount, round off back handspring, double pike. And a solid finish there. So unfortunate that she took that fall. That would have definitely been a routine to see in event finals. Score for Carol-Ann Heduit, 13.05 on bars. Miley O'Keefe, 13.6, that 5.2 difficulty, 8.5 execution, had that step out of bounds. And that is the end here of the second rotation in the junior competition. If you missed the beginning, these juniors are just competing for the individual all-around title here and of course a spot in the event finals tomorrow. In the third rotation, we're gonna see Italy 1 on beam, Italy 2 on floor, Italy Young on vault, and Italy Speranza on bars. And in the second half of rotation 3, it will be France on beam, Russia on floor, Italy Young on vault, or USA on vault, and Canada on bars. So here goes the warm-ups for the first flight, and we'll be back in just a few for competition for rotation 3.
L'organizzazione mi comunica di dirvi che al termine di questa gara, al termine della premiazione, il palazzetto dovrà essere lasciato sgombro per le pulizie e per la gara del pomeriggio che avrà inizio alle ore 16. Nel frattempo vi comunichiamo che i diritti del trofeo di Jesolo appartengono alla Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia e che nel rispetto dei diritti appunto è strettamente vietato mettere video e postarli quindi su ogni tipo di media. Vi ringraziamo per la collaborazione. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we kindly remind you that the TV rights of the Jesolo Trophy belong to the Italian Gymnastics Federation. In the full respect of copyright rules, it is strictly forbidden shooting videos of the event and posting them on any type of social media. We thank you all for the collaboration. Termine del riscaldamento. Al volteggio in pedana per l'Italia Young, Alessia Federici. In pedana al corpo libero per l'Italia.
We're back for rotation 3 here in this first half. We have Italy on beam, Italy 1 on beam, Italy 2 on floor, Italy Young on vault, and Italy Speranza on bars. This is Vendetta Chamarugi. Stays in bounds on that double tuck, a little bounce back. Italy across the board in this first half. Lots of big talent coming up. We're gonna see the girls who are in Canada for gymnastics over on beam, Team Italy 1. Nice routine there for Vendetta Chamarugi of Italy 2. Here's Asia D'Amato on beam. Handspring layout step out. Hips got a little off to the right in the middle of that layout step out. little bit hesitant now after that fall. He's usually a little bigger on some of these skills. Sometimes it's hard to be as fierce in a beam routine after a fall. And here goes her dismount. Really nice round off double pike. Great finish there for Asia D'Amato.
Volteggio Italia Young, Simona Marinelli.
Here's Alessia Federici. Yurchenko layout, competing on Team Italy Young. Little couple steps out of it. But overall, and here goes Mathilde De Tullio. Chest really low on that opening double tuck. And that last vault was Simona Marinelli. Alessia Federici competed before her. And up next will be Giulia Cotroneo. Simona Marinelli had an 11.9. Solid 2.5 twist. Scores in for Asia D'Amato on beam at 12.35, 4.7 difficulty, 7.65 execution. Again, that was Mathilde De Tullio. We're going back over to beam, see Alice D'Amato. Good fight there on that front aerial. Nice amplitude on that handspring back tuck. You don't see that one as much. A lot of gymnasts, as we know, compete the handspring layout step out. Another good save. And a round off triple full, very difficult dismount. A little bit of a stumble out of it, but a great fight there from Alice D'Amato. There's that round off triple full. That was Giulia Cotroneo. And here goes Sydney Saturnino on floor. for Italy 2. Very nice full twisting double back. Julia Cotroneo had a 12.8 on vault, 4.6 difficulty, 8.2 execution. Showing off some beautiful leaps there. Nice routine from Sydney Saturnino.
Parallele Italia.
Matilde De Tullio had a 12.2 on floor. Difficulty 4.6, execution 7.6. Up next on beam for Italy 1 is going to be Alicia Iorio.
Brave Italia 1, Elisa Iorio.
The first half of rotation period.
Conteggio Italia Young, Camilla Campagnano.
Gorgeous handspring layout step out series. Really nice form in the air.
Corpo per Italia 2, Martina Basile.
Score for Sydney Saturnino on floor is a 13.15, 4.9 B score, 8.25 execution. Round off double pike to close. Nice work there from Elisa Iorio. Little fist bump from her teammate. There's that dismount. A little bit short. Saw that chest was pretty low and she had to take a hop forward, but stayed on her feet. We're hopping over to floor. Gonna check out Martina Basile. She's last up. close that one with a double pike. Feet were a little bit flexed on that double pike. You can see those feet. Just a hop back though. We're going over to bars, gonna check out Olivia Dunn. Really nice Tkachev, right into the pack. Nice combination. Hits her Ginger, in bar Ginger. Full twisting double back, just a step back, a nice routine there. You could hear her teammate, USA teammates cheering her on. There's that full twisting double back. And Georgia Villa will close it out on beam for Italy 1. First half of rotation 3. Such a difficult series. Round off, tuck full. Saw her right foot slip right off. Wasn't able to keep it on. Love to see these big skills she's throwing though. We saw that double full turn earlier. And we saw it fall, that one. She was able to control it. Martina Basili had a 12.75 on floor, 4.9 difficulty, 7.85 execution. Round off 2.5 to close. Really unfortunate she wasn't able to stay on because that routine would have been incredible. She would have hit that round off tuck full. She finished strong, and that was the end of the first half of rotation 3. In the second half, we have France on beam, Russia on floor, Italy or USA on vaults, and Canada on bars. We're going to see some big double twisting Yurchenkos from the USA juniors on vault. The Russian juniors on floor didn't do full routines in training, but got to see some dance throughs and some really great routines over there to watch. France looked really strong on beam in training, especially Carol Ann Hidewitt. Got some great leaps, some anodies, and then over on bars, Canada, of course, Anna Padarariu, be one to watch over there. We're just going to have a few minutes to warm up, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes for competition.
Queste prime esperienze servono appunto per aprire il quadriennio olimpico in vista appunto di Tokyo 2020. Il trofeo città di Jesolo è sempre stato un appuntamento importante perché ha sempre visto protagoniste molto importanti nel panorama della ginnastica internazionale. Quest'anno ha appunto previsione appunto di quelli che poi saranno gli impegni internazionali che prevedono la prima fase dei campionati del mondo di prequalificazione e la fase di qualificazione alle Olimpiadi di Tokyo, appunto in questi 4 anni. Riprende la gara in questa terza rotazione al volteggio Stati Uniti Adeline Kenley. Lasciamo terminare il riscaldamento al volteggio perché tutte le ginnaste hanno 2 salti.
Warm-ups are complete for the second half of rotation 3. Adeline Kenlin's going to be first on vault. Yurchenko double full. Chest low on that, little under-rotated, didn't quite get the block that she normally does, but stood it up. This is a new vault for her. She competed a full twisting Yurchenko last year. So solid work for her, putting that on in competition for the first time. Over to floor. This is Anastasia Agafonova. Unfortunately, over-rotated that to her back. I didn't see the beginning of that routine. But we'll see Miley O'Keefe next over here on vault. We're going to head over to beam, see Julia Forestier of France. Very nice Y turn.
collegio. First vote per Miley O'Keefe.
Beautiful leaps there. Leaps and jumps showing great extension. Seeing lots of falls today on leaps and jumps. Score for Adeline Kenlin came in on vault 14.25, 5.4 D score, 8.85 execution. There's Julia Forestier closing it out with a solid dismount. Miley O'Keefe didn't see the Yurchenko double that she competed, but she had a 14.55. 5.4 D score, 9.15 execution. It's a really, really solid execution score in this elite level.
Corpo libero, Russia, Ksenia Klimenko.
Headed over to floor. This is Ksenia Klimenko of Russia. Just stays in bounds on that 2.5 punch front. Routine there from Ksenia Klimenko of Russia.
Parallel Canada, Zoe Aller-Bourgi.
Miley O'Keefe did a Yurchenko full for her second vault and averaged a 13.75. France. Fortunate fall there. There's that beautiful Nodi combination.
Primo salto, first vote, Gabi Perea, Stati Uniti.
Caroline is coming back really strong after that fall. Looking really solid up there. able to pull it around.
Primo salto, first vault, Emma Malabuyo, USA.
Emma Malabuyo up next on vault for USA. Great Yurchenko double. You see that just a little off to the left, that center line.
Parallele, Canada, Anna Padolari. Trave, Francia, Celia, Serbia.
Caroline Heduit with a 12.75 on beam, 5.7 difficulty, 7.05 execution. Gabby Perea had a 13.9 for her Yurchenko full second vault she did. Again, 14.55 for that Yurchenko double. And Emma Malabuyo just scored a 14.65 for that Yurchenko double full.
Secondo salto per Emma Malabuyo, che termina così.
Over on beam here, we're seeing Celia Serber of France.
Resta una ginnasta ancora al corpo libero.
Hips opened up a little too much at the end of that side aerial.
Corpo libero, Russia, Barbara Zubo.
Two back handsprings to a double twist. Nice finish. There's that side aerial. Valeria Saifulina had 11.9. This is Barbara Zubova, Russia on floor. Couple whips into a double back, Jesolo on landing. Really clean double full twist. Barbara Zubova, Russia.
Vediamo che le squadre siano pronte per l'entrata in campo.
Malabuyo had a 13.8 for that Yurchenko full she did.
Abbiamo al volteggio Italia 2.
14.65 again was her score for the Yurchenko double. Great work there on USA on vaults. That was the conclusion of the third rotation. Just one rotation to go. We're going to see Italy 1 and France on floor, Italy 2 and Russia on vaults, Italy Young and USA on bars, and Italy Speranza and Canada on beam. short warm-up, and then we'll be back.
Iniziano i 4 minuti di riscaldamento. Termine del riscaldamento. In pedana al volteggio per l'Italia 2, Benedetta Ciammarughi. Al corpo libero Italia 1, Elisa Iorio.
We're just getting started here in rotation 4. Up first on floor for Italy 1, Alicia Iorio. Nice full twisting double back to open it up. Gorgeous wide turn. there for Alizia Iorio.
Parallele per l'Italia
Impressive
per
tumbling.
Simona Marinelli.
Some
Alla
great
valle,
leaps and turns in there as well.
Speranza Serena Napolitano.
Going over to bars. Simona Marinelli. Lovely dismount there to finish up a great routine. Asia D'Amato getting ready to go next on floor for Italy 1.
Matilde De Tullio, Italia 2.
Up next on vault for Italy 2, Matilde De Tullio. Full, little short. Takes a step there to the left, out of bounds. Get execution deduction on that.
Corpo libero, Asia D'Amato.
And here goes Asia D'Amato. Simona Marinelli had an 11.5, 3.4 difficulty, 8.1 execution. Beautiful Arabian double front. Twisting double back as her second pass. We're going over to bars. Julia Cotroneo. Nice Stalder work.
Attenzione anche per cortesia. È stato
Elisa
usato
Iorio had
più
a
volte
13.1 on
il flash
floor.
nella zona del volteggio,
Mansfield
che è
D'Attilio with
ancora
a
più
13.0
pericoloso
on
della
vault.
gara. Per cortesia non usate il flash nella zona retrostante al volteggio, ma vale ovviamente per tutto il para-Alex. Grazie. Volteggio Martina Basile.
Up next here on vault, Italy 2, Martina Basile. Very well executed, Yurchenko full. Now is Georgia Vila that just started her floor routine. It looks like she is injured, and the trainers are helping her right now on her full twist and double. Looks like it's possibly her Achilles based on what she's grabbing at her leg. She's being carried off the floor. I'll let you know if we hear anything about her status. Right now, looks like the trainers are gonna try to figure out what's wrong, but it doesn't not look good right now. Up next on vault is gonna be Sydney Saturnino. Really short landing there.
Italia Young, Alessia Federici. Trave, Italia Speranze Veronica Mandriotta.
So moving over to bars. This is Alessia Federici. Early fall here on a pirouette.
Volteggio, Italia 2, Sydney Saturnino. Corpo libero, Italia 1, Alice D'Amato.
Double peg dismount there to close out. Tough routine for Alessia Federici. We're gonna head over to floor, see Alice D'Amato. had plenty of gas, really powerful. I think she's surprised she wasn't able to get that one. She's been looking awesome in training. Not the best ending there for Alice D'Amato after a great set before that. Just couldn't find the floor right there.
Per gli Stati Uniti alla trave Olivia Dunn.
Here goes Olivia Dunn on beam.
Alle parallele per l'Italia Young Camilla Campagnano.
Good work there from Olivia Dunn. Her international debut. High five from her coach.
Di questa parte dell'ultima rotazione. E iniziano i 4 minuti di riscaldamento. Ultimi 4 minuti per questa competizione junior. In questa ultima rotazione vediamo impegnata la Francia al corpo libero, la Russia al volteggio, gli Stati Uniti alle parallele e il Canada alla trave.
It was 11.75 for Alice D'Amato. So that closed out the first half of rotation 4. Just the second flight to go here. In the second half we have France on floor, Italy on, Russia on vault, USA on bars, and Canada on beam. After 3 rotations, we have some scores for the USA gymnasts. Emma Malabuya with a 42.7, Miley O'Keefe with a 42.65, Gabby Perea with a 42.5, Adeline Kenlin with a 41.65, and Olivia Dunn had a 40.0. She finished with a 13.5 on beam, 5.4 difficulty, 8.1 execution. And my apologies. I misspoke earlier, and there is a team competition here, and there are some updated scores. After 3 rotations, USA leads with a 127.5, Italy 1 with a 119.95, and Italy 2 with a 113.95. We'll see if that holds up here in the final rotation. Looks like USA is warming up pretty well over on bars. We've got gymnastics champion Gabby Perea. Gonna look to anchor USA strong. Adeline Kenlin is gonna start out USA on bars, followed by Emma Malabuyo, Miley O'Keefe, and then Gabby Perea. Gymnasts are just finishing up their warm-up here at the end. Beginning of rotation 4, second half is just about to start.
Russia, Varvara Zubova.
Julia Forestier of France will be starting it out on floor.
Julia Forestier.
Tried to pull it around by flipping really fast, but she didn't have the right punch, not the right takeoff position. One pass left here for Julia. Shouldn't have the difficulty in that routine.
E per il Canada alla trave Zoe Allen-Rucci.
That first pass was nice though, double pike. There's that double tuck, tried to pull it around, just not quite enough. Going over, checking out Adeline Kenlin. A little tight on that Rikna, short on that handstand. Working through it nicely though. Double front half out, nailed that dismount. Not her best routine. She usually is a little more solid on her handstands and able to extend all the way, but again, competition, nerves. She had an awesome competition out here today in her international debut. And that was the highlight for sure. Gorgeous dismount. And over on beam, Zoe Allaire-Bougier of Canada. Score for Varvara Zubova on vault was a 13.25. She started it out for Russia.
Corpo libero, Francia, Celia Serbi.
Score for Julia Forestier, 11.7. 4.4 difficulty, 7.3 execution. And Zoe Allaire-Bougier getting a hug from her coach after that beam set. Open it up with a double pike there on floor from Celia Serber. And up next on bars is going to be Emma Malabuyo. Double tuck, little step there, close it out. Good work there from Celia Serber of France. Score for Zoe Allaire-Bougier on beam for Canada, 13.45, 5.2 difficulty, 8.25 execution. There's Emma Malabuyo still waiting to go on bars, just waiting for a score from leadoff Adeline Kenlin. Cutting over to beam. Jaden Gorslein. Jaden was fourth all around at 2017 Elite Canada among the juniors, and she competed in the beam final and took fourth. So this is one of her best events. Saw that solid punch front there. Slow rotation on that front aerial, and pull it around, stand up out of it.
È pronta Emma Malabuyo.
And round off 1.5 twist.
Via della giuria. Intanto al volteggio Anastasia Agafonova.
Looks like Emma Malabuyo is finally going to get her chance here on bars. Score for Adeline Kenlin is a 14.25, 5.7 D score, 8.55 execution, and here goes Emma. Nice opening combo. Always gorgeous on her pack salto. Such lovely form in the air. Has great stalder to endo work. Stalled her up transition. Full twisting double back and a stick. What an awesome set there for Emma Malabuyo, especially after having to wait so long for her routine. She didn't get iced out at all. Just beautiful. Miley O'Keefe is going to be up next for USA on bars. Celia Server on floor had a 12.4, 4.9 difficulty, 7.6 execution. Over on floor, this is Caroline Hedouet of France. Score for Jaden Borslein on beam, 11.95. Nice triple full. Just a ton of talent. It's been fun to watch in training and see her passion and hard work. She's just a firecracker out there. A solid finish there for Caroline Hedouet of France.
Trave, Canada, Anna Padulario. Al volteggio, primo salto, vault, first vault, Valeria Saifolina, Russia.
Adeline Kenlin's 14.25 on bars gives her a 55.9 all around. An awesome day for her. Here goes Valeria Saifolina on vault for Russia. Goes for the double twisting Yurchenko, short on that landing. And we're cutting over to Miley O'Keefe on bars. She does the Maloney right into a Rigna, performed very well, and then does straddle Jaeger. Got nice distance from the bar there. Caught at the perfect spot. And a nice dismount. Coach Surin threw his arms up, very proud of her. Another great day for Miley O'Keefe. Score for Emma Malabuyo is a 14.0, 5.0 difficulty, 9.0 execution. That gives her a 56.7 all around. There's Valeria Saifolina's second vault. She hits that one. Good finish there for her. Score for her first vault was a 12.8.
Resta un solo esercizio alle parallele per gli Stati Uniti a concludere questa prima parte della 10ª edizione del trofeo Città di Jesolo.
Just one competitor left, and it's going to be Gabby Perea closing it out for the USA on bars. She's been nothing but money for the US this entire week. Just so consistent, nailing her handstands, nailing all her combinations. I'm really, really excited to see what she puts out today on the competition floor. And scores in for Miley O'Keefe, a 14.65. 5.6 difficulty, 9.05 execution. Great execution score there. And here goes Gabby Perea. Gorgeous combination. There's that handstand work, just undeniable. Maloney half. So sure of herself on every skill. Just a dismount left here, double layout. And a great set for Gabby Perea.
E si conclude così questa mattinata dedicata alla categoria junior nella 10ª edizione del trofeo città.
Miley O'Keefe's 14.65 on bars totaled her a 57.3 in the all-around. 14.0 for Valeria Saifulina's second vault. Little shot of USA, really happy after an awesome competition for them. We're just going to wait on a couple scores here. Following the competition, there's going to be an award ceremony where they'll honor the winners, all-around winners, and the team winners.
Due maschere del Carnevale di Venezia, dell'Associazione Storica Amici del Carnevale di Venezia, che è composta da circa 500
Score for Gabby Perea, 15.05, 6.0 difficulty, 9.05 execution.
Corsi di ballo e corsi di cucito per la realizzazione dei vestiti.
Huge score there for her.
L'associazione è presente
Incredible work
manifestazioni culturali in Italia e all'estero e oggi
from USA on bars.
la coppia vincitrice della maschera più bella del Marte.
So as I mentioned earlier, the top 8 competitors on each event will move on to the event finals, which are tomorrow. And we'll be back live for those, of course. Those are at 3 o'clock in Jesolo, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll also be back later today for the senior competition. It will be the same as the junior competition. They're going to have a team and all-around competition that is starting at 4 p.m. Italy time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Finalmente conquista il bacio sospirato.
Vai.
So Gabby Perea's 15.05 on bars gives her a 57.55 all-around, and that should give her the all-around title here today. Outstanding job from her. She was third all-around last year. Awesome international debut for Adeline Penland and Olivia Dunn of USA, just added to the national team.
Grazie a queste due meravigliose maschere, vi ripeto, queste sono la coppia vincitrice della maschera più bella del martedì grasso in piazza San Marco a Venezia. Siamo quasi pronti per la premiazione. Nel frattempo invito le autorità presenti alla cerimonia di premiazione, il presidente della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia Gerardo Tecchi, il vicepresidente vicario della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia Walter Peroni, l'assessore alla cultura del comune di Villorba Eleonora Rosso e il presidente della Gymnasium Francesca Alleni.
So in just a couple seconds we're going to have the awards ceremony, and they're going to announce the winners, all-around winners and team winners for this junior competition. And as I mentioned, we're going to be back in just a little bit for the senior competition, just a few hours. And we're going to get to see some more great gymnastics this afternoon. Make sure you tune in live for that, and then we're going to have the event finals tomorrow. Check back on the site. We're going to have full results as well as interviews with the athletes, as well as every routine in a video library. You can check those out. Looks like awards are just getting started, and we'll be back in a few hours for the senior competition. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Rebecca Johnson with Flow Gymnastics, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Allora, le squadre sì.
E siamo pronti con la classifica rappresentativa di squadra di nazione per questa 10ª edizione del trofeo di Jesolo, categoria junior. al primo posto, first place, con punti 171, 850, 171 and 850, Stati Uniti, USA. Il presidente della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia, Gerardo Decchi. E anche quest'anno si aggiudica il trofeo per le junior, si aggiudicano gli Stati Uniti d'America. Al secondo posto, second place, con punti 157 e 900, 157 and 900, Italia, Italiano. Il vicepresidente della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia, Walter Veroni. Al terzo posto, con punti 156 e 500, third place with point 156 and 500, Russia. L'assessore alla cultura del comune di Villorba, Eleonora Rosso. posto, second place, con punti 145, 150, we point 145 and 150, Canada. All'ottavo posto con punti 122, 200 e place with point 122 and 200, Italy Speranze. E così si conclude la classifica relativa alle rappresentative con gli Stati Uniti che vincono questa 10ª edizione del trofeo internazionale città di Jesolo per la categoria junior. Al secondo posto l'Italia 1 e al terzo posto la Russia. Questo è il podio 2017 del 10º torneo internazionale città di Jesolo. Grazie, grazie, next interview, foto. Le vincitrici del Carnevale 2017 di Piazza San Marco a Venezia. Un applauso a tutto questo gruppone che ha partecipato questa mattina alla competizione e ora dobbiamo ancora leggere la classifica individuale. Quindi invito le ginnasti a tornare nella posizione da cui sono partite, perché dobbiamo leggere la classifica individuale delle prime 6 ginnaste. Classifica individuale, individual score. Prima classificata, first place con punti 57, 550, 57 and 550, Gabby Pereira, USA. Premio Presidente della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia Gerardo Tecchi. Al secondo posto, second place, we point 57 and 300 con punti 57 Premia il vicepresidente della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia, Walter Peroni. Terza classificata, con punti 56 e 700. Third place with point 56 and 700, Emma Malamuglio, USA. Quarto posto, fourth place with point 55 in the 900, 55-900 il punteggio, Adeline Kenlin, USA. Quinta classificata, fifth place con punti 55 e 700 di point 55 e 700, Anna Padonario, Canada. Sesto posto, sixth place per Olivia Dunn, USA. Con punti 53 e 500, with point 53 and 500. E queste sono le prime 6 classificate della 10ª edizione del trofeo città di Jesolo. Complimenti a loro, fondo di libro e appunto